guide to the Cthulhu mythos. I am your host and producer, D.B. Spitzer. Each week we descend into the strange, exploring cosmic horror, weird fiction, and the cult classic films that refuse to die. So settle in and let the madness begin.
Hey everyone, it is me, DB Spitzer, just talking to Aunt Gore and Farmer David Heath, about how salty I get after being at an event for a couple of days. Oh man, I was at a terrible event that the City of Olympia put on. City of Olympia, if you're listening, your town smells like a toilet full of dead fish, and now all my stuff does too. No, it was a Harbor Day Festival in Olympia, Washington, and they put us right by Lucky Feathers Casino's salmon smoking booth, which is just pretty much a big fire and a bunch of salmon being smoked on cedar planks. And oh man, guess who's allergic to salmon? And guess who also is really sensitive to smoke or sunlight or any moderate changes in the ecosystem around them? Yeah, that'd be DB Spitzer. How the heck are you guys doing? What was your weekend like?
Chaotic.
Chaotic, yeah.
Busy, but
yeah.
But salmonless.
Oh, that's good.
We just had to make a 72-hour film and do 3 shows. One of which was like our own production and celebrating our anniversary.
Oh, fun.
And and now we're preparing for our big Adventure Time and Steven Universe show tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I am not ready.
Too about the anniversary.
Yeah, congratulations on that, as Dave just said.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no, so you're like a lot of us who do the spooky stuff for a living. You pretty much won't get a break till sometime in November, I'm guessing.
No, January.
Okay.
Because we have a lot of holiday things people want us for.
Oh man, I just remembered I have a bunch of holiday stuff that I have to do too.
January.
Yeah, no, January is generally when I get to collapse and go, why do I do this? This is stupid.
And then by the end, you're like, I can't wait to get back at
Oh, yeah. No, it's like April, and I'm like, when stuff start up again? I'm so bored. I'm tired of being at home all the time. Yeah, no. Dave, how is the world of goats?
Hungry.
Yeah.
They are hungry. No, it's there.
Okay.
It's there, as you can hear. Butters is watching over them.
Good deal. Good to hear. All right.
Yeah, no, well, thank you.
Cool. So we're talking about a couple of things today. Before we get talking about what the topics are, just wanted to say, even though this episode won't be out probably until sometime in December, maybe January, we will be at Rose City Comic Con this year, which will be...
if you have a time machine, join us.
Yeah. And I'm already going to call it that they probably will forget to have mics for us that work. And they won't have water for us. And even if Dave puts all this effort and time into a slideshow, they won't have anyone to help us set it up. So... I mean, people will be able to gather around Dave's laptop, which you can flip around, and then maybe they'll see it. But, yeah, we're not high priority in Rose City Comic Con. But, hey, everyone, get ready to spend $59 for the pleasure of shopping. I'm going to say that now. I'm going to talk mad shit about Rose City Comic Con and Fan Expo because they're never going to hear this.
Editor's note. Things went really well at Rose City Comic Con. We had a lot of fun. They had microphones that worked this year. Whoever's running things is running things right. Whoever's in charge fired whoever was not, I don't know. It went really well. I mean, we had to get our own water, but hey, if you're out and about and doing your own conventions and stuff like that, maybe you should bring your own water anyway. It's hard to say.
anyhow, we had a lot of fun. I don't know if we're doing Fan Expo, so we'll see if they suck this year like they have in the past. But I don't know. We're going to stay away from KamuriCon, and I don't know. We'll see. And of course, HP Lovecraft Film Festival went really well, but, you know, it tends to. So, yeah. Back to the show.
And if any of you narcs out there, tell them, I really don't care. I really don't care.
Actually, from the emails they sent me, I think they do listen to this.
Oh, no!
They may not be there in 2026.
Well, Dave can be there. Dave, you should let Dave be there. I should be banned for life, though, from Rose City Comic-Con. No. I don't know. I feel like this is just who I am as a person. It's like, I love stuff and I love to do things, but I'll just be in a salty mood. I'll be like, I hate everything. And next week I'm going to be like, I don't like podcasts. I hate everything. I don't like food. Food's terrible. Or I'll be
terrible. We have to use it every day. It's just exhausting.
It's just temporary. Food. I don't like oxygen. It gets all up in my face. But that's just me. That's just me.
So we are going up against Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah,
But not
okay.
the original one, so I think we can take them on.
Yeah.
We're fine.
Yeah.
I'm just excited to get my Elvira costume back out.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Let's see. This week we are going to be talking about House, that show with a doctor, I think. No, not that. The Japanese movie with all those teen girls in it. No, not that one. The one with William Catt, a.k.a. Greatest American Hero, and George Wendt, a.k.a. Norm from Cheers. Yeah.
And Bull.
And Bull Shannon, Richard Mole, who played Bull on Night Court.
And we'll talk about why they have so many TV stars.
Well, I'm sure so that people would watch the movie. And also, all those people are from comedy, and it's a horror comedy, but we will talk about that in a moment. We are also talking about a really cool Clark Ashton Smith story that I don't think I've read in 20 years. It's hard to be like, is it science fiction? Is it sword and sandal? Like where does it fit? How does this work? And it works just fine. So first off, we are going to start talking about the Vaults of Yoh-Vombis by Clark Ashton Smith. Aunt Gore, do you want to start us out since you actually read it last week? And
it's probably completely gone from my brain, but I will try.
Sure.
I'll at least give you some fun facts that I gathered. Let's see. I had read that other writers thought that like it was an okay story, but like it would have been stronger if it was actually set on Earth rather than Mars. But let's see, what was the other thing? It's part of the Mars cycle.
Yeah.
Of stories. So it's very interesting. Oh, something else I someone was talking about is that that one of the characters, I thought I wrote it down what the character's name was, but in the story there's a character that's very similar to the Executioner Hood from D&D, so they thought that was probably inspired by this story.
Cool. Very cool. Dave, what do you got?
Well, one thing, I think it's very hard not to read this story and think of Alien.
Yeah.
The movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I went through several different Alien websites and blogs.
Yeah.
Who reference this story, and they all pretty much came to the conclusion that neither Dan O'Bannon, who wrote Alien, or Ridley Scott had ever acknowledged reading the story.
Yeah, I seriously doubt that. Okay, I'm positive that Dan O'Bannon probably read this story. Dan O'Bannon loves this stuff. Dan O'Bannon quotes, like, in the past has, like, quoted how much he loves Weird Tales magazine, and this is from a Weird Tales May 1932 issue, and yeah, no, it's...
And it was republished in a trade paperback in 1974.
Yeah, and in the 50s, I believe it was even in, like, an Avon Reader. So
one of the first stories actually published by Arkham House.
Yeah, no.
And there's also a possibility that, like, Robert E. Howard, who read a lot of things and it just went into his subconscious.
Sure.
But there's never been an official acknowledgement that they're related.
Yeah, but just to let people know, this is... the expedition's leader's name is Alan Octave. It's about a bunch of space archaeologists who are checking out a 40,000-year-old city, and they have a couple of Martian guides, and you find out that the city, the people who live there, the Yoris, might have been wiped out by a mysterious plague, but we find out what it is, and we're not going to ruin it, because even though this is ancient and even though this is reminiscent of Alien, don't feel the need to ruin it. You should go out and read it. There's there's aspects of this that kind of remind me of Prometheus a little bit more even of Alien, and like the chamber with the hieroglyphs all over it, and it's just kind of it's not... the ancient people are big and spongy and naked, walking around with their butts out like Prometheus. And there are some parasitic things that we're not going to go into yet, and it's swarms of them. Labyrinthine corridors and all kinds of cool stuff. And this is like one of these stories that it's like, it's science fiction, and if it was set on Earth, it wouldn't be as cool in my opinion. And my question is whether or not the Walls of Ernix, the H.P. Lovecraft story about a guy who gets trapped inside of a clear labyrinth, if it could be considered part of this cycle somehow. Like, just because it's on Mars doesn't mean that it's part of the same cycle, but it's also kind of like this I don't know, almost like diesel punk, like Walls of Ernix reminds me of kind of like a diesel punk sci-fi set on Mars, just kind of very specific about the type of like breathing apparatus made out of like leather and charcoal filters and stuff like that. And this doesn't quite have that kind of feel to it. But it's almost like, is this like humans going and checking out like I don't know, something about like Mars's Hyperborean age or something like that, and it's really kind of cool. It doesn't feel like anything else that Clark Ashton Smith writes, but it reads and sounds just like Clark Ashton Smith, if that makes sense. Like tonality, it's a little different, but it is very Smithian. I don't know. I feel like I've been yammering a bit.
So yeah, no, very much in style.
Yeah.
And in a lot of ways, I would say this is more traditional pulp fiction.
Oh yeah.
More of what, say, Asimov is going to be putting out around this time.
Sure, yeah.
Might be a little early for that, but it is definitely in the same way that Alien is cosmic horror and science fiction.
Yeah.
I still think it's cosmic horror.
Sure, yeah.
And it is very, I think, Clark Ashton Smithy, but in a ways it's much more traditional pulp. And you're I think absolutely right to compare it to like Walls of Yoh-Vombis.
Yeah.
The big difference is Lovecraft was getting paid to write Walls of Yoh-Vombis.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was not his idea. He would not have set in a traditional science fiction setting, but someone was giving him money to revise it, and we're not sure how much is Lovecraft and how much is, the other guys.
Sure.
Where this, I think, is very much Smith trying to conquer the universe.
Yep. And just a reminder out there for everyone, all you stoners that like to listen to the show, Walls of Yoh-Vombis is the first example of 420 being in print. Granted, it didn't have any connotations of that to it, but it's the first time 420's been in print, dude. Sorry, that was just... something cool about this story is it does have mummies in it. And, I mean, they're not like mummies as in like... as we like have mummies like wandering around chasing people necessarily, but mummies as in like Egyptologists and mummified remains of this Martian civilization that's long gone kind of stuff. So it's kind of like Egyptology meets Mars and kind of fun like that.
Yeah, no, definitely with the mummified, which again, not to beat the alien connection, reminds me very much of the space jockeys.
Yeah.
I used to call them engineers. But absolutely. And one thing that also is very Smithy here is there's only like 3 or so of this crew that our names are mentioned.
Yeah.
And one is Octave, which, of course, 8, but the other is Severin, Seve, and it's almost 7.
Yeah.
And I, bless his little mind there, but I could just think Clark Ashton Smith just thinking that was just so humorous.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think any of the other crew members, maybe one other is named, but he probably had in his head, Uno.
Yeah, I was going to say Uno and, Officer Tracy and Quattro, hand me that hydro spanner. No, that was something I thought was funny. And also, I wondered to myself if is Severin like Severn Valley of Ramsey Campbell, if this was something, or if Severn Valley is based off of something else, but yeah, no, it's something like that.
We need to get him on the show and ask him.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Campbell, if you're listening.
Yes. No, definitely. Ramsey Campbell, awesome guy. He's been on the show before, and we'll get him back sooner or later. Yeah. But yeah, no, this is a really good story. It feels like it could be the catalyst for a lot of things. But also, you can kind of, like, if you're aware of, like, popular science and popular fiction and of the time, you can see where this all comes from, where it comes from with, like, the Egyptology that was still very much popular in the 1930s, people reading about it, and space travel in things like popular science, and just kind of like the speculation of what life was like on Mars. And they talk about Venus, the stuff found on Venus at one point in time, and it's like, oh yeah, they thought that Venus was possibly habitable back then. And yeah, no, it's a fun short story. It's not terribly long. Takes about, I don't know, I want to say 45 minutes to maybe an hour and a half to read, depending on how fast you can read things. And if you haven't read it, track it down. I can't get a copy of this because I believe it is under copyright still, so I wasn't able to post anything to the podcast this week for it. But check it out. and that is The Vaults of Yoh-Vombis. So, sounds kind of like Your Zombies, but I don't know. I don't know if Clark Ashton Smith was going with one of his weird puns that if like you hold your tongue when you say it, it sounds like something. But yeah, there's enough of the number jokes and such in this. Yeah, and I'm sure if I went over this with a magnifying glass and a fine-tooth comb, catacombs, that we'd find all kinds of jokes in this. But yeah, they weren't so obvious. But yeah, anything anyone wants to add to the discussion on this one?
No, I think it really is a good blending of cosmic horror and science fiction.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, yeah. If you want to hear more about this, check out Weird Tales, May 1932. Go to YouTube and look for the story. Elements of this do also appear in Dweller in the Gulf and the Volthoom, the story Volthoom.
One thing too is that there are two versions.
Oh.
And the version that was actually published is about half.
Okay.
And Smith actually felt that, he was encouraged by John Campbell.
Okay.
To cut it down. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. I was just clearing my throat, sorry.
Yeah.
But Smith thought it was a better story cut down. You can find online the original.
Okay, cool. Now I'm curious if what I read was the original or not. But
and I think the printed one is about 3,000 words, and the original is about 6,500.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So he cut it down about half.
Okay, cool. Up next after the break, we will be talking about the 1985 film House.
That vintage tone that you can't forget. It's probably on reverb.com and still humming with history and memory. Reverb, where the past still plays. Find out more. Check out the show notes. Reverb.com. Back to the show.
And we are back. Hey, everyone. This is House, an American comedy horror film directed by Steve Miner, screenplay by Ethan Wiley, from the original story written by Fred Decker. Fred Decker wrote Night of the Creeps and Monster Squad, and also co-wrote RoboCop 3 with Frank Miller, but we won't hold that against him.
Which, again, is not the version that they wrote, is not the version that you saw on the movie.
Oh, okay, good. Thank goodness. Okay.
That was basically... Okay, I know this isn't a RoboCop 3 show, but when I watched RoboCop 3, there's some good scenes. All the good scenes, like, the cops quitting, Murphy, walking his partner through dying.
Yeah.
All the good scenes were from the original. Everything else is pretty much the studio enforced stuff.
Okay. All right.
But, okay.
Well,
but
so
now I'll get back to House.
No problem. Whose choice was House?
I think it was mine.
It was.
Does House have a special place in your heart, Aunt Gore?
It does. It really does. So I was a big scaredy cat as a young child.
Same.
And it miniseries and this movie, were both introduced to me, by friends and stuff, because I wasn't allowed to watch it at home.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I always tried so hard to watch it, and then I'd every time I'd run out of the room scared and cry, and then I'd come back in and try and watch a little bit more and run out.
All right.
But yeah, so this has a very special place in my heart. It was one of the first horror movies I finally got through as a child.
That's pretty close to me here there too as well. First horror movie that I remember seeing as a kid was Poltergeist, which scared the hell out of me. I saw it when I was 6 or 7. I think I was 7 or 8 actually. And then when I was 10, I saw Night of the Living Dead, and I was like, oh, you can fight back against zombies. That's pretty cool. And then I watched this, and I'm like, oh, okay, a horror movie can be funny. Awesome.
Yes,
cool. Well,
yes.
I'm going to try another horror movie. Let's watch Prince of Darkness by John Carpenter. That's probably will be just like House. Oh my goodness, was I wrong? We've talked about that already on the show. I loved this movie. It's I recognized a bunch of people in it from the TV, which, I was born in a house with the television always on, and I really liked this movie a lot. It had a lot of callbacks. I mean, musical cues that were kind of funny and everything.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of oh wow, it's got all these people in it. This is really cool. And Dave, personal experience for this movie for you, or just a movie that you saw on cable?
The first time I saw this movie was about a year ago when we talked about Gretchen. I had not seen it before.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's when we talked about it last time, I didn't even watch it. I just read the synopsis because I thought I'd seen it so many times that I could just talk about it. And then I made sure that I watched it this time. I love this movie. There's things that it's wait a minute. If the neighbor didn't know that he lived there when his son disappeared, and it's oh, okay, yeah, no. They were visiting his aunt when his son disappeared. Famed author Roger Cobb's son Jimmy vanishes while visiting his Aunt Elizabeth Hooper's home, leading to his marriage to movie star Cindy Sinclair to fall apart. This guy, Roger Cobb, his aunt commits suicide, and then he gets the house, and he, instead of writing, he's a horror writer, and instead of writing more horror, traditional horror, I guess he's kind of like a Stephen King or I don't know, Dean Koontz or something like that. But the way everyone talks to him and treats him, it's like he's like Stephen King or something. He's not going to write a horror story. He's going to write his memoirs about the Vietnam War.
That's horror, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's real life horror.
Yeah. And we throughout the movie we learn about his experiences in Vietnam and the scary stuff that he dealt with, and it's just man, this is rough, and it leaves Roger with survivor's guilt, and it's even if this house wasn't haunted, this guy would probably be having a real rough time with his son disappearing, his divorce, and also having to revisit his experiences in Vietnam. But yeah,
even though it's a horror comedy, they actually handle it at least somewhat with care, talking about the PTSD of it all and what comes with that.
And 85, I think we were finally getting a hand on it, that this was a real thing that the people were going through. Obviously people knew from the beginning, but I think society was getting a handle of it. And literally the ghosts of war in this story are literal ghosts.
Definitely. Played by Richard Mall, a.k.a. Bull on Night Court.
and so the default reason why there are so many TV stars
They're cheaper? Yeah.
They were cheaper.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
But you're right, they were comedy, and the thing about comedians is they have timing.
Yeah.
And that's, the movie has just amazing timing.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's a puppet or a person, the timing is just amazing on this.
Oh, yeah. There's things about this that really remind me of a lot of different Chaosium stories, that Chaosium adventures for Call of Cthulhu that came out after this. There's elements of this that I've stolen for my own Call of Cthulhu or Dungeons and Dragons games, and stuff that I've seen, like the garden tools floating around and stuff that have definitely ran across in Dungeons and Dragons and Call of Cthulhu adventures. I feel like this not only influential to like tabletop role-playing games and video games, but other movies. There's like elements of this that make me think, oh, I wonder if Beetlejuice took that from this, or like the kitchen that just kind of opens up into a new area. But like I don't really recall, or like elements of like, opening up a medicine chest and then like having a big empty void behind it. I mean, there's elements of horror.
That scene stuck with me forever.
Oh yeah. And there's things that I'm like, okay, there was stuff like this in Poltergeist, and there was stuff like, but it's like there's other stuff that it's just like combining a lot of different kind of concepts. And this does feel like a weird fiction story as opposed to a traditional ghost story or a traditional haunted house story.
Yeah, like it's a haunted house story, but it's not. It's a haunted house story.
Yeah. It's it's a different kind of horror story, and it does have the humor elements as we've discussed. But it's any scenes that stick out with you, Dave?
So what really sticks out to me is the fact that the practical effects,
yes,
which it's what I think makes this so good is that it was pre CGI.
Yeah.
And especially like the Big Ben.
Yeah.
Which I guess they had to get somebody else to wear it because Richard Mall was just too big.
Oh my gosh.
Sounds about right. Yeah. And Gore, any scenes or anything that aspects of this that really stuck out to you, either as a child or like rewatching it?
My favorite scene is the fish scene. And I was just thinking yesterday, I'm like, it dawned on me, I'm like, I'm sure this was inspired by Evil Dead 2.
Oh yeah.
With the deer. Yeah
the deer head, and also there's things that I think of Evil Dead 2, like the when his wife changes into a grotesque thing, and there's like a hand that crawls around, and there's things
and then,
like that.
The montage of him burying her, and then the music is so perfect. It's so funny. yeah,
it's fun stuff. Fun stuff. No. For something that I thought was just crazy this time around watching it is when he comes back from his trip to Vietnam via the closet, George Wendt is laying on the mattress that they were going to use to block the monster, and he's got a bottle of whiskey, and there's comic books laying on the ground. It's why didn't he just go and I don't know, do some? I mean, it's I don't know if I would necessarily just drink whiskey and read comic books waiting for someone to come back or whatever. I mean, it just seemed wait a minute, what the hell's going on here? But no, there's great lines in this movie. There's George Wendt's character talking about how crazy and senile and mean and just a bitch, describing William Katt's character's aunt. And
Oh yeah.
and he's like, oh, that's my aunt. And he's like, oh yeah, no, salt of the earth, nicest lady, beautiful woman. Yeah. It's like, okay, that's a great way to set the tone for this movie. It's not going to be all horror, but yeah. It's a fun film.
Yeah.
It's a fun film.
Fun one. I was happy because it's been like quite a while. Like I used to watch it all the time, but like
sure,
I haven't seen it in quite a while. I was like happy to see that it's still held up pretty good. It's still just as funny and fun as like I remember it being.
Yeah. I found a really good, high quality copy of it on YouTube of all places, and it looked like it was like ripped off of a DVD. It was like really, really crisp. And you know, in the past, I've always watched it either on cable or VHS, and this is like the cleanest copy I've seen of it ever. So it was like really kind of cool to be able to look at all the details. And has anyone looked into the production of this at all?
Well, I do know that.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Originally, it was written as a serious, straight horror movie.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, yeah.
This didn't work.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, no, I could see how one could do it. It'd be kind of upsetting in some ways, you know, your child being stolen and... Yeah, no, but then again, a comedy about your child being...
I'm glad they went comedy route, though, because it would have been so dark. So
dark. And it's like, they did a good balance of comedy, because if you go too horror, it's like depressing as hell. And if you go too comedy, it's like... What the fuck's going on? You get House. You get House 2.
I love House 2.
I love House 2 as well. It's a fun one, but also it's like, there's aspects of that I'm like, this isn't a horror movie except for maybe John Astin's character is dead. And it's like, wait a minute, was that John Astin's character? No, I'm thinking of John Astin's character in The Frighteners. Anyhow,
and I love the title.
Yeah, House 2, Second Story.
Yeah.
And then House 4. I can't remember. There's like a reason why they skipped over 3, like why they called the third one the House 4, but I can't remember what it is. I think it's just like because there's another movie called that or something.
Yeah. There's like House 3, and I don't know how it's connected, but it's like not part of the same series or something. Yeah. But yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, no, this is apparently the house that was Euston House was falling apart. It was dilapidated as hell. The lawn was dead. It didn't have a sidewalk. Like the sidewalk to the house in this movie is painted plywood.
Oh my god.
And there's like elements of the house from the outside that are actually like styrofoam to make it look like more grand than it actually is. Yeah. And it didn't have a backyard, so the backyard that we see is a totally different place. And a lot of like the exteriors are just totally different yards. The wrought iron fence and the stone pillars weren't there. And the back of the house is a clapboard facade covered with brick, and they planted flowers and stuff to just give the effect of the house being more than it was. They spent about
as you do in movies.
The Vietnam flashbacks are built on sound stages like The Void and everything like that.
And again, not to harp on the Vietnam aspects, but this comes out like 6 or 7 months before Platoon.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, from a movie point of view, changes the way that the Vietnam is portrayed in movies.
Yeah.
And this, in a very humorous way, does the same thing.
Yes.
Before.
Yeah, there are elements of things that we will see in Platoon kind of mentioned about like taking out your CO because you don't like the way that things are going. And just kind of like Yeah. But a lot of the interior shots were also done on sound stages, of course. I mean, it wouldn't be very practical to film inside of an actual house with everything that you would need. It's a fun movie. It's a really fun movie. If you haven't seen it, you should go see it. This is
it's a good introduction to horror too. Like if your kid's like early teen and like wanting to get into horror, like I think it's a fairly easy to like watch first time horror movie.
Yeah.
Second or third.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a good spooky house movie. It's a good ghost movie. There's a lot of things about it that are pretty fun. None of the special effects are too terribly scary, but then again, I don't know, if I was like 7 or 8 and I saw that closet monster, I'd probably not want to watch any of it. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, like yeah. Depending on your kid's like love of horror or interest in horror.
Oh yeah.
Because I had one of our nieces was like totally into horror, like as early like as she could, and then another one is just like still kind of a scaredy cat, but still like likes it, but like also.
Oh yeah.
Very terrified of it.
Yep.
Kind of a gateway drug.
Yeah.
So you know what movie this movie went up against on its first week in the theaters and lost out to?
No.
What?
Pretty in Pink.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Given my choices, I would have gone to see House and watched Pretty in Pink on VHS. But yeah. No, it's a fun movie. Also, on the web, it looks like this movie got 57% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I'm like, okay, all right. And it's got a score of 44 out of 100 from Metacritic. And I'm like, oh, man, yeah, no, this is probably not a movie that Siskel and Ebert would have liked. And I'm sure that all those other guys with glasses and mustaches back in the day were like, I don't know, this is, yeah.
This is an acid trip. What am I watching?
Oh, geez, yeah. No, it's got so much crazy stop motion and puppetry and...
Yeah, I love all the practical effects in it. It's so fun.
It's a fun movie. It's got, like, I don't know how many times, like, in middle school, I drew, like, the skeleton with wings and stuff like that on folders or whatever. Not very well, but I did draw it a lot. But yeah, anything else we can... something I wanted to say is the end of the movie. I'm not spoiling anything, but, like, if your son goes missing at a house for some time, and then all of a sudden you show up in a taxi cab, and your husband, who everyone's like, hey, I think he's trying to kill himself, I think he's mentally ill, and his aunt who raised him had just recently committed suicide, but then all of a sudden your son who's been missing shows up and the house that they're at is on fire, I think you've got bigger problems going on.
Yeah. Well, and, like with the Theo, I was like as an adult watching this, I'm like, oh my god, like how do you explain this? Yeah, I just like totally went into this like black hole in the wall, like where the mirror was, and I got my kid out and we went through the pool. Like he's been missing for a year, but I just found him.
Yeah, and the police are going to be like, wait a minute, we just were at this house a couple days ago because
you were acting
shotgun went off, and then we're here like
white.
and we're here a month ago because your aunt committed suicide. And we're not joking about suicide. If you have problems, please, suicide hotline. But the ending is just kind of like, how do you explain that?
You don't. Yeah.
No, but it's kind of a happy ending.
Sure.
And nowadays it would be on the internet, but I'm sure the cops would rather find the kid than...
He's famous and white. He'll probably be okay.
Yeah. And, it's like maybe the guest house in the back is, that the real estate guy was like, you can always lay in the back. Maybe they all just move back into the guest house in the back. So, hey, happy ending. All right. Any final notes for this movie?
No, I think we pretty much covered it.
All right.
Oh, I was just going to say real quick, we got to meet William Catt once, and we had him sign a house poster, and he was, like, just excited that, like, we recognized him from something other than, like,
Greatest
Carrie
American
or
Hero.
Last Action Hero.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, no, that's, this is the movie that I think of him, or this is the thing that I think of him from. One of my friends is a huge Greatest American Hero fan and Condor Man fan, and I'm like, those aren't the movies that he did. That's not the stuff that he did was good. And I could just be thinking of someone else who did Condor Man, but I don't know.
I think he was in Condor Man now that you bring it up.
Okay. Did you know that he auditioned to be Luke Skywalker? Didn't get it.
Oh, I could see that, though.
and his mom was an actress.
Oh, interesting.
His mom played, I will think of it while we stall.
It wasn't him in Condor Man. It was someone else, but same haircut. Blonde perm. But yeah, all right. I guess that's it for House. So next week we will be talking about The Seven Gears by Clark Ashton Smith. And why do I always say that in a terrible Scottish accent? Because I remember how to pronounce that word by thinking Sean Connery saying the word gears. Gears.
Okay.
And we will also be watching the 1988 film that almost destroyed anime for the rest of time, because no one could do anything that even approached it until computers came out. I mean, computers were used in animation, and that would be 1988's Akira. So... yeah, curses, mutations, and supernatural chaos, echoing catastrophic transformations and power is the theme and connection for next week's episode. So join us then. I'm sure we'll have a fun story from Rose City Comic Con. But yeah, thank you all so much. And Farmer Dave and Aunt Gore, thank you for being part of the show.
And really quickly,
yes,
William Catt's mother is Barbara Hale.
Oh, okay.
Who was the secretary on Perry Mason.
Okay. That makes sense. But yeah, thank you all for listening. And you can check us out on Facebook and Instagram. And I think technically we have stuff connected to X still. And we've got stuff on YouTube. And, of course, pgttcm.com is the website that you can go and find out where everything's going on and what's happening. So, yeah, thank you again. And we'll talk to you next time. And goodbye.
Bye.
That was a good show.
Stranger. Hi, I'm Rob Whiten from the Innsmouth Book Club. Join me and my fellow guide John Chadwick as we take you on a fortnightly tour of Innsmouth. We visit places such as the Picture House, the Library and Innsmouth Museum to discuss all aspects of weird fiction, whether it be book, film, music, TV or art. As well as that, we stop over at the Gilman House to have a chat with a resident guest. That includes authors, artists, musicians, in fact Lovecraftian creatives of all types. You can find our free shows on Patreon, and there you can also sign up as a patron, which brings you bonus content, plus a monthly PDF copy of Innsmouth News, which features articles, author spotlights, all the latest news and reviews, and more. You can find us at patreon.com/InnsmouthBC. We hope to see you soon, because remember, Innsmouth isn't just a place, it's a state of mind.
Check out the show notes or go to pgttcm.com for more information. And also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and all the other places where podcast stuff exists. All right, back to the show.
In Legacy Door, a lurker from space casts a shadow over time.
We opened our eyes upon the human world. We found ourselves lying on an especially yielding bed in a room displaying scattered relics of their shallow past, tied together by more recently produced items meant to blend with the relics. Typical.
A sensitive journalist dreams of unknown lives.
It seems like every time I close my eyes, they get stronger. I can't even say the last time I had a normal sleep, let alone a dreamless one.
An outspoken lawyer defends the suspect in an unspeakable crime.
And that client was Jonathan Strauss, held for the murder of his daughter Abigail and her companion Harrison Reese.
And a stalwart investigator tries to drag it all into the light.
Some of the Reeses and the Strausses have been involved with something that seems to include an obsession with bloodlines and longevity for at least decades.
Legacy Door is a weekly cosmic horror mystery podcast. An ensemble of actors tell a story, also available in paperback, Kindle, and audiobook. Available now.